What's poppin', fish keepers, shrimp keepers, and 10-gallon fish tank fanatics? Welcome back to the office, to the studio, 10-gallon fish tank headquarters. We now have a desk installed, as you guys can see, and we got a lot of projects going. We're going to be installing row 3 of the tanks over there, get that set up, and then I'm going to be doing my first pond over here in the fish room as well, which is going to be super dope, super cool. Super excited about it. So first time doing a pond. I haven't done a pond before, but we have the white cloud minnow breeding contest coming up. For those of you participating, I'm excited. If you aren't local to Nashville, but you want to participate in this white cloud minnow breeding contest, join the Nashville Fish Keepers. Click on the link and hit join. And then this is going to start on May 10th. So the Saturday coming up this next week is going to be when it starts. You have to submit photos of your white clouds, and then it's going to be a 3-month-long contest where we're going to be breeding everything, as many white clouds as we can, good quality, high quality white clouds. So join the Nashville Fish Keeper group. Go join my Facebook page, 10gallonfishtanks.com. So 10-gallon fish tanks, and I run 10gallonfishtanks.com. This channel is fully focused, as you guys know if you watch my other videos, small 10-gallon tanks and fish, shrimp, and plants that can go in them. All freshwater stuff. So today's video is a little bit different. This is going to be episode 1, and I'm going to be coming out with a new episode, hopefully every week or every 2 weeks or even every month. We'll kind of see how my time goes, because this is just what I do for fun. It's definitely not my main thing. So we're going to be coming out with videos called Aquarium Quiz. So purpose of it is kind of like a vlog style, not really vlog, but podcast style, hang out, talk to you guys, chill on a Sunday. Get your favorite drink. For me, it's Gorilla Mind energy drink, peach mango. Get your favorite drink and just learn a little bit about fish, shrimp, or any sort of aquatic creature that we might keep in our tanks. So hopefully next week I can actually go live on YouTube, and you guys can actually do a comment in the comment section below and participate if you want to participate. And if you don't, you can always go back and watch it later. So the first episode here is all about Neocaridina shrimp. We got 10 Neocaridina shrimp quiz questions that will help you identify, are you a beginner, intermediate, or advanced? If you get less than 7 questions right, you're probably a beginner. If you get all of them right, you're probably intermediate. These questions are pretty easy, not too difficult, but let's get right into it. Let me pop this open first. And if you guys haven't had a Gorilla Mind energy drink, go to GNC, grab yourself one. It has tyrosine in there, kind of like natural Adderall. Gets you really zoned. It tastes great. All right, question number 1. And I'm going to post these up here once I go through the question. You will have 15 seconds to answer in the comment section below what your comment is, and then at the end of the video, comment your total score. So question number 1, what is the scientific name for cherry shrimp? Number 1, it's going to be Caridina multidenta. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Neocaridina davidi, Neocaridina heteropoda, Caridina cantonensis. All right, so it's going to be on the screen here. As you guys can tell, I'm very bad at saying these things, but once again, I'll go through it one more time. What's the scientific name for cherry shrimp? You have 5 more seconds to get your answer ready. Caridina multidentata, probably completely butchered it. Neocaridina davidi, Neocaridina heteropoda, or Caridina cantonensis. So you'll see the options here. Go ahead and make your comment. And the correct answer is B, Neocaridina davidi. So if you guys are into shrimp, there's really 2 main types we keep in the hobby. It's Neocaridina and Caridina. Neocaridina is your easy beginner shrimp that almost everybody can keep, everyone can enjoy. My neighbors have them. Everyone who comes by here usually ends up getting some. They're super easy, very hard to kill, breed prolifically. And then you have Caridina shrimp, which get a little bit more technical. They usually need a little bit softer water. Usually go with distilled RO water, and then you have to remineralize it back up. So Caridina is usually good beginner, easy shrimp to start with. So if you're wanting to get in the shrimp hobby, Caridina is a good way to get going. All right, let's go to question number 2. What is the ideal temperature range for keeping Neocaridina shrimp? Timer starts now. So 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 72 to 78, 80 to 85. Okay, one more time here. 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 to 68, 72 to 78, 80 to 85. And this is once again for Neocaridina shrimp. What's probably the most optimal temperature? Go ahead and comment down below. We got 3 seconds left and time is up. The correct answer, go ahead and comment if you haven't yet, is C, 72 to 78 degrees. Okay, Neocaridina are really resilient. Some people can keep them in tubs out in freezing ponds over the winter. They can also get up, but the full range that Neocaridina can be okay in is really anywhere from about 65 to about 80 degrees. Once it starts getting over 78, it's probably not the most optimal, but really that 60 to 80 degree range Neocaridina shrimp can live in. I personally keep mine here around 72 to 75 degrees. That's really where I like to hone in on and keep all my shrimp at. And they seem to thrive. So a couple little things to note. The warmer the water you keep it, the more prolific they will be breeding. The colder you keep the water, the longer they will live and the less they breed. Okay, let's go into question number 3. Hopefully you got the first 2 right. Which of the following is a common diet for Neocaridina shrimp? Timer starts now. Only live foods. B, only algae. C, algae, biofilm, and sinking pellets. Or D, only fish flakes. Once again, you guys got 5 seconds left. I'm going to go through it one more time. Which of the following is a common diet for Neocaridina shrimp? Only live food, only algae. C, algae, biofilm, and sinking pellets. Or D, only fish flakes. 3, 2, 1, and here's the answer. It's C. Okay, it's algae, biofilm, sinking pellets. So shrimp can eat a very wide variety of foods, but when you really want to see optimal results, I like to mix the diet up. So there's no one way you can do it, but there's a multitude of ways you can do it. So for me, I always do algae wafers. I like to use what's a powder called Bacter AE. And then I will also throw in powdered Magic Nano small fish feed. It's a little bit more of a protein food. And then I also throw calcium supplements in there as well. So between all that, you can keep their diet varied. Once in a while, feed them some bloodworms. Once in a while, you can feed them some Repashy gel food, whatever you may want to do. But really, shrimp like a good variety of diet. They're going to eat biofilm throughout the tank. They're going to eat algae throughout your tank. And then you're going to want to supplement in some protein. You're going to want to supplement in some calcium so that it can molt properly. But all in all, shrimp are pretty easy. Just give them a good variety of diets, or, I have my shrimp starter pack, which has everything you need. Everyone who's used it has had great success. You do that, you'll have really good success with shrimp, Neocaridina shrimp. All right. Question number 4. What is the typical lifespan of a Neocaridina shrimp in optimal conditions? Okay. 15 seconds going on the clock. 3 to 4 months, option A. Option B, 6 to 8 months. Option C, 1 to 2 years, and option D, 5+ years. Once again, what is the typical lifespan of a Neocaridina shrimp in optimal conditions? 3 to 4 months, 6 to 8 months, 1 to 2 years, 5+ years. Okay, 3 and 2 and 1. Time is up. Go ahead and post your answer if you haven't done so yet. Option C. Typically, Neocaridina shrimp are going to live about 1 to 2 years in optimal conditions. They can sometimes live a little longer, sometimes a little less. But they have a relatively short lifespan, so thankfully they are very prolific breeders. And you will get tons of babies as long as you have males and females in the tank, and you provide them good hiding spots, rock hiding spots, shrimp caves, rocks, moss. I like Java moss or weeping moss. Any type of moss is really great for them. So as long as you provide them lots of mosses and places to hide, and you have males and females, they will breed prolifically. So even though they only live 1 to 2 years, typically, you're going to have hundreds of them in just a couple months. Question number 5. We are halfway there. How can you tell a female Neocaridina shrimp from a male? Option 1. A, females are smaller and more transparent. Option B, females have a saddle and are more colorful. Option C, males are larger and redder. And option D, there's no visible difference. Okay, we're going to let it cook. Think about it for a little bit, guys. This one might be a little bit more challenging for some of you, but overall pretty easy if you know shrimp. We'll go through it one more time. This is your last chance to comment below. Females are smaller, more transparent. Option B, females have a saddle and are more colorful. Option C, males are larger and redder, and there is no visible difference. The answer is option B. Okay, there's a couple different ways you can tell males and females apart. Number one, females are going to actually have a saddle. It's when their eggs have not been gone down into their abdomen yet. They haven't been fertilized. They're going to be up on their back. You'll see a saddle-looking thing on their back before the eggs are fertilized and go down to their abdomen. The females are actually more colorful. Males usually are a little bit duller in coloration, which is typically opposite of fish. And then you also will notice that the females, their abdomens are more rounded, where the males are a little bit more flatlined. So they're pretty easy to tell apart. Once you kind of look at them and you see a female, you'll definitely know it. Need a little more energy here. All right, option 6. Question 6. What water parameters is most crucial for Neocaridina shrimp health? Start the timer. Option A, pH. Option B, ammonia. Option C, nitrate. And option D, chloride. It's kind of a trick question. What water parameter is most crucial for Neocaridina shrimp health? pH. Option B, ammonia. Option C, nitrate. Option D, chloride. All right, the answer is option B, ammonia. If you get ammonia in your tank, not only for fish, but shrimp, that will definitely kill your fishing shrimp. Dunzo, gonzo, kaputs, they will be gone if they get too high. So ammonia, nitrates, all that is the silent killer, can kill your fish off and kill your shrimps off. So definitely want to make sure you have good floating plants, you got your tank cycled, everything's in proper water parameters so that you don't get ammonia spikes or anything crazy like that. That can easily kill your shrimp. Now, to take it a little bit further, pH is super important. So to kind of touch on that, for Neocaridina shrimp, ideally a pH between 7 and 7.5 is more optimal. They can tolerate a wider range, anywhere from like 6.5 to 8. But realistically, for Neocaridina shrimp, around 7 to 7.5 is going to be a more optimal pH range to keep them in. Where Caridina shrimp, which is the other type that is more advanced, typically is under pH under 7. Okay. Question number 7. This is my favorite. All you have to do is look at my fish room. A little hint. Might throw you off. What is the minimum recommended tank size for Neocaridina shrimp? Option A, 1 gallon. Option B, 3 gallons. Option C, 5 gallons. And option D, 10 gallons. Once again, what is the minimum recommended tank size for Neocaridina shrimp? 1 gallon, that's option A. 3 gallons, option B. Option C is 5 gallons, and option D is 10. And time is up. Go ahead and get your comments. Post it down below. What do you think the recommended tank size is? It is, minimum is C, option 5 gallons or larger. Now, you can go smaller, and when it comes to tank size for Neocaridina shrimp, it just gets a lot more challenging. And I would rather provide my shrimp and fish better living conditions and healthier living conditions than get them into the absolute smallest possible tank you can. It's like putting a beta in a 1 gallon fish bowl. It's just inhumane, right? So really a 5 gallon would be, if you want to get into the hobby, you don't have a lot of space, that's a good starting point. It's going to be a little bit more challenging because the smaller the tank you have, the more fluctuations and you can't make mistakes. Everything is a little bit more amplified in a smaller tank, so you can't really make any sort of mistake if you have a small tank like that. So if you can do a 10, as you guys see, I have 10-gallon tanks everywhere. That's probably the most optimal thing you could go with for a Neocaridina shrimp. 10 to 20-gallon tank, probably the most optimal, less likelihood for disasters, issues, problems, you name it. The bigger the tank you can do, usually the little better. Now, the caveat to that, and why I love 10-gallon tanks so much, is the bigger the tank you go to, the more tank maintenance you typically have to do. The more difficult it is to service your tank, right? I have a 75-gallon inside my house, and the tank maintenance on it just is a lot more daunting than me coming out here with my, I'm going to soon to have 21 10-gallon tanks here. It's quick, just bam, 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 drain, scrub the front glass, go to the next tank. You know, it's pretty self-sufficient, easy. Where my 75, I got to clean all the sides. I got to dig my hand all the way down to there, half my body, to be able to clean the tank. So, you know, bigger's not always better. It just really depends on your situation. All right, let's go to question number 8. What is the gestation period for a buried egg-carrying, parentheses, a buried egg-carrying female Neocaridina shrimp? Okay. What is the gestation period for a buried, aka egg-carrying, female Neocaridina shrimp? Is it 3 to 5 days, 1 to 2 weeks? That's option B. Option C is 3 to 4 weeks, and option D, 6 to 8 weeks. Once again, what is the gestation period for a buried, egg-carrying female Neocaridina shrimp? Once again, 3 to 5 days. That's option A. Option B, 1 to 2 weeks. Option C, 3 to 4 weeks. And option D, 6 to 8 weeks. Get your answers in. And the correct answer is option C. Okay? They typically hold on to their eggs for about 3 to 4 weeks. And you'll see the female fanning the eggs underneath her abdomen, just making sure that they don't get fungused up and are getting all the water flow they need. So they'll be fanning it underneath for that period. And once the eggs have fully developed into baby shrimp, little shrimplets, she will let go of the eggs, which are now shrimp. And those little shrimp will go scattering throughout your tank, super micro and hard to see. But when you see it for the first time, it's one of the most exciting things you can see as a shrimp hobbyist. I have little babies, shrimplets everywhere. Let's go. That was what happened to me about 2 years ago upstairs when I got my cherry shrimp colony. They started breeding. I saw the babies for the first time. I almost screamed with joy, and it was a really cool experience. So about every 3 to 4 weeks, you can see, you know, that 4 to 6 week mark, you should see your Neocaridina shrimp breeding. And once again, when they do lay eggs, it's about 20 to 30 eggs at a time, sometimes more, sometimes less. But that's the typical range. So you could expect about 20 to 30 babies from your female Neocaridina shrimp when they are buried. Question number 9. 2 more left. What is the purpose? So if you guys look, I'm going to preface this real quick. You guys look at my tanks. You guys see I put these in my tanks all the time. I love them. What's the purpose of adding Indian almond leaves to a shrimp tank? Indian almond leaves, catappa leaves, what's the purpose of adding them to a shrimp tank? A, decoration only. B, it increases pH. C, it provides tannins and biofilm. Or D, it kills parasites. Okay, one more time. What is the purpose of adding Indian almond leaves to a shrimp tank? A, decoration only. B, increases pH. C, provides tannins and biofilm. And D, kills parasites. 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Get your answers in. Option C is correct. It provides tannins and biofilm. Okay, so catappa leaves, Indian almond leaves, they provide a couple little benefits. They're going to break down, creating biofilm that your shrimp and shrimplets can eat. They're also going to provide tannins that can be good for your fish and shrimp, kind of like natural medicine for your fish and aquatic life. It's also going to actually slightly reduce pH, not increase pH. So if you have a high pH, it's a little too high. And I was talking to this about one of my customers who came here the other day. They had a really high pH. It was over 8. And they were trying to figure out how to reduce it. They were using a lot of chemicals, which I do not recommend. But they're using a lot of chemicals to do it. And I was like, listen, you're playing with fire by using chemicals. Don't use chemicals. Just trust the process. So I was like, add a couple catappa leaves in there. Add some driftwood. Maybe add a little aqua soil. Things that will naturally reduce the pH and bring it down. Because when you start playing with water parameters and adding all these chemicals in, unfortunately for 99% of you who are getting into the hobby, that's going to be too advanced, myself included. I'm not the most advanced hobbyist, and I would probably kill a lot of things. So keeping it simple is usually the way to go. So everything I keep in my fish room here is simple. Water comes out the tap. I dechlorinate it. Water goes in the tank. And then I have aqua soil, almond leaves, and sometimes I'll use crushed coral. Other than that, I'm not playing with water parameters. I let it do its thing. Okay, Neocaridina shrimp, most fish, you don't really need, just from my experience, I've kept a lot of different types of fish. Most fish, you don't really need to play with water parameters. The only time you might have to is if you're in a weird town place where your water's just strange. Mine's pretty normal, pretty regular, has good hardness, good pH, good GH. So I don't have to do a whole lot out here in Tennessee. But if you're in like a spot where the water's just really messed up, you might have to. But as a whole, best practice, unless you're advanced hobbyist, don't play with water parameters. Just let it do its thing. Let it cook. All right, question number 10. What happens if you mix multiple color variants of Neocaridina shrimp in the same tank? So a lot of people call this a Skittles pack. You get, blue, yellow, green, red, white shrimp, whatever. You get a Skittles pack and you mix them all in the same tank. So what happens if you mix multiple color variants of Neocaridina shrimp in the same tank? A, they fight. B, they die. C, they breed true to color. Or C, they revert to a wild coloration over generations. Okay, once again, they fight, they die, they breed true to their colors, whatever color they were put in the tank, they're going to continue to breed that way. Or D, they revert to coloration over generations. So wild type coloration over generations. About to sneeze. Oh, excuse me, guys. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Get your answer in. This is the last question. The correct answer is D. So when you mix different colors of Neocaridina shrimp or shrimp in general, they're going to slowly over generation revert back to a wild type. So wild type shrimp are typically clear, brown, black, just kind of mute colors, okay? So we've had to selectively breed these shrimp to get the coloration we want, and we got all these awesome, really cool colors. For me, I really love the yellow coloration. I think it's absolutely beautiful and just really pops on black. But, red, blue, yellow, green, snowball. We got really shrimp, all sorts of different colorations. There's so many different types out there, and they're a lot of fun. But if you mix them all together, eventually they're going to revert back to a wild type and turn brown, okay? All right, guys, go ahead and comment below what score you got. If you got less than 7, I'm sorry, you're a newbie. A Neocaridina shrimp keeper. So you got less than 7. It's a failing grade. You failed the quiz today, but there's going to be a next one in a week from now. So start doing your homework, research, and come prepared for the next one. So if you got less than 7, failed. Anywhere from 7 to 9, you're kind of like intermediate. You got like a B, you passed. And then if you really are into shrimp and you know your stuff, you would have gotten 10 out of 10, okay? So if you got 10 out of 10, props to you. Comment your score down below and see how you ranked versus everybody else. Pretty easy quiz. I'll probably do a part 2 on the Neocaridina, but next week I might switch it up. Comment below which fish, shrimp, plants, what type of quiz you want to see next for the next one. And like I said, this one was just hang out, talk to you guys over the weekend. I'm going to start doing it on Sundays. Maybe every Sunday, maybe once a week on a Sunday. And ideally, once I have access to be able to do lives on YouTube, we'll make it live so that if you want to join, we'll probably do it at like 7 p.m. Central Time moving forward. You want to join every Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time, hang out with me in the fish room, talk fish, ask questions. I'll be here just chilling, hanging out, and you guys can participate. We can do the quiz, and then we can go over whatever other questions you might have. Thank you, guys. Hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next aquarium quiz. Peace.
What's up, yo? Buddy. Need some fish, bro. Then you gotta go to the 10-gallon fish pro. 10-gallon, yeah. Fish tanks, yeah. 10-gallon, yeah. Fish tanks. All day, all day, all day long. Green shrimp, blue shrimp, yellow shrimp too. Green shrimp, orange shrimp, and a snowball zoo. We got fish, y'all. We got fish, dog. We got it all. Tuxedo koi, guppy, white cloud, minnow, long fin, white cloud, pygmy corridora, panda cory, stir by cory, albino cory, coolie loach, green cuba, tyrus boris, celestial pearl, danio, and emerald dwarfers bora, pea puffer, clown, killie, sparkling goat or me.